Servus a vítejte. Musím najít mrtvýho mezi živými. To by snad mělo být jednodušší, než najít někoho, kdo v podstatě vůbec nežije. Respektive složitější, protože spousta lidí vlastně vůbec nežije. No, konec filozofování, jdeme na to. Strážní. Nechci strážního. Moment, ale já si vůbec nepamatuju, kde to bylo. Takže, koželu. Jo, jasný, vrať se do jejího... Co? Šen ti řekl, Šen povstala z hrobu a odešla. Vrátila se domů. Já jsem který dům zdědil, není potěšen. Chce zpátky své peníze nebo se zbavit mrtvoly. A kde mám najít nějakýho koželuha, ty vole? Jsi úplně posral, ne? No, když tady jsem nebyl, ministerstva ubytovna k zahradě učenců. Nevím, tak asi, hele, projdem to dál. Nejseš koželuch? Ne.
Your parentage is below average and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Co? Co tady vymýšlíte, ty vole?
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth. Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality. Your beliefs are superficial and your culture is substandard.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Co potřebuješ? Nejseš
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value.
No.
He needs to go.
Já se s ním promluvím.
The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them. That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many. I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short, despite their outrage at his antics. He is in the scholar's garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him.
OK, tak tam mám stejně namířeno.
I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Snad to nebude nic vážného. Ale já hledám koželuha, ty vole, do prdele. Nejseš koželuch? Nejseš koželuch. Tady taky není koželuch. Ale další čteníčko. Hudba a umění. Jo, to... Tady nic. Ježíš, jo, to seš ty seš můj kámoš. Ty seš můj spolubojovník. No tak, hotel. Do hotelu. Tak nic. Ale do prčic.
Some minor thing I can help you with?
Asi ne.
It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost. What district are you looking for?
Aha.
Fair enough. What else can I do for you?
Aha, já myslel, že když mu
Be
řeknu,
about your business and stay out of trouble. Pleasure to be of service.
že když mu řeknu potřebuji poradit, takže mu dám jako nějaký pocit. Nějaký pocit toho, počkat, tady na moment. Nebude to... Stolek je plný knih a papírů k divadelní hře. Jo, to... Tyve, tak teď nevím. I když možná, že jo? Možná, že jo? Tady si vzpomínám na tu... Počkat. Kameník v zahradě učenců. Tak jdem dovnitř. Nebo jdem do té zahrady, zkusíme se je pořádat s tamtím pošukem, respektive co tady... Kruci.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence. As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well. Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist. I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how.
No tak jo.
Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems.
Golemové.
Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
OK.
We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
Aha.
Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye.
Jo, podsvíc mi
I
největší.
would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
Jo.
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents.
To jako si popravčí, ne?
If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread
Do
rumors of your
arény
interest.
zpátky, ty
The
vole.
executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
Jo, dobrý.
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name. Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do.
Okay, no,
Or,
tak
if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the assassins than he should be.
ne, a to
I
nechám.
will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together? A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions.
On to pochopí. Hra se ukládá, super. Tak. Získá nový společník. No. Kurva.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
No, tak jestli chcete dostat přes
Don't look at
držku.
me. I can't do anything right now. Not like this.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
White demon.
Kurva. Padni, blbečku. No tak ale maj z něho. No, věda. Neměli si začínat kreténi. Já za to nemůžu. Fyzický svět, vyvracení důkazů. Dobrý. Tak, co dál? Hele, já hledám. Tady teda asi nic nenajdu. Ale figurace hada. Učenec. Ale s tebou asi mluvit nepotřebuju, kámo. A tak. Nejseš ty ten blázen? Fyzický svět, učencová hypotéza. Aha. Tak, co seš ty? Filozof. Tak.
Focusing one's thoughts requires
Tak nic,
balance.
no. Tak jsem myslel,
Living
že...
without balance weakens the mind.
Tak jsem myslel, že... Tyve, tady je zas vole věcí do prdele.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
Please?
And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow. What's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you. Ah, you're a large fellow, aren't you? Certainly room enough for brains in there, but I doubt if you have any more sense than the rest of this crowd. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can. You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this? Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are, lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments.
Tak nejseš ty kretén.
I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner.
To si možná měl uložit, ty vole.
Whoever you wish. These five standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair. Go on, talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready.
No, to zkusíme, no.
Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well. Like the rest, you're all just too damn skinny.
Ach, pojď, blbečku.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars have also volunteered.
Jo, proč ne?
To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire. The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really.
No.
It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all. I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others.
Dobrá. Takže jsem v hajzlu.
Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against.
Dobrý, takže já se jdu připravit.
I wish you luck. I look forward to your defense of the Empire.
Ale zkusíme to. Ale jo, já to uložím. Je to jenom pro jistotku. A uvidím teda. Tak pojď, blbečku.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you?
Asi ne, vole.
Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a simple checklist of virtue. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer.
To by šlo.
The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. After 6 topics, if you have a majority, you are the winner.
Dobrá.
By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. Now, shall we proceed?
Tak jo, dělej, vole.
I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior.
Tak jo, vole. Tak pojď.
Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal?
Zlato se padělá, ne?
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic.
Co si děláte prdel, ty píčo,
I call
čuráci?
attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters.
To meleš, vole.
How could you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel.
Cože?
You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you.
Ty váže vydal tohle.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet.
Dobrá, super, mám 3.
Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here. Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. I challenge your foolish beliefs and the irrational behaviors they produce. Dragons, spirits, and even talk of unresting dead. Just look at the collective foolishness that you call a floating palace. The constant superstitious yammering of your peasants even has me seeing it. And how the bloody hell would you get a moat up there? It's ridiculous, I say.
Ty pako.
All agree with me? Your downfall is assured. On to the next
To
topic.
prčic, vole, vy jste normálně banda čuráků,
I
ty vole.
say that you don't seem to understand the relationship between the ruling class and the peasantry. Your commoners are far too happy to be productive. A proper spiral of misery shows that they are doing a decent day's work. Your peasants only suffer because of foolish superstitions about the dead walking around. Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the
Ty vole,
next
tak tohle vůbec nevím, jako nechci zuřivě, nechci...
This will be the final topic. If you don't have a majority at the end of this round, you will have to admit that I have outdone you.
Ty vole, to mi poser.
A simple criticism. Your ridiculous clothes. Not a decently puffed pair of trousers to be seen. I ask you, what have you done on the pantaloon front? And why do you remain so clean when any sane man knows the only way to keep devils of the dark at bay is to be brash and to carry the air of the earth?
To meleš, ty vole.
Bathing is bad for the humors as well. Do you people know nothing of maintaining your bile?
To prdele.
That is all there is to it. You have failed to convince a majority of your own fellows that I am wrong.
He confuses me in much the same way.
Clearly, you all have much to learn, and I am the man to teach you. Not that I want to, of course, but it is a matter of duty. What? No! You know all of my arguments. Besides, I've already proven that you speak an infinite deal of nothing. You lost. Accept your inferiority. What? Oh, this is simply a waste of my time. What could you possibly gain by my taking a switch to your hindquarters? Haven't you been schooled enough? I understand you would be upset, but this won't help matters. You're set on this, are you? All right, I'll have it you, but it's beyond me why you'd march to the slaughter like this.
Okay, well...
The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it. Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of.
Ty vole, to je píčovina.
What? Good! Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows.
To je ale píčovina.
I envy you. You're about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it.
Co to zase bude za hovadinu? Do prdele, ty píčo! Tak, teď jsem u tebe, vole, píčo si a nemáš nárok, vole. Nemáš nárok, vole. Mrtko. Zasranej zmrde. Do prdele. Píčo si vyjebanej.
That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick, within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I didn't see it coming, especially after besting you in the debate, but I suppose brute force will occasionally crush a superior intellect. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honor I cannot deny. I will take my leave. Remember, however, that while I may have succumbed to your fists, my mind bested yours in no uncertain terms.
3-2 není celá čára, ty kundo, vypadni ti do prdele.
My traveling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
Já vida. Ty vole, to bych se poblil, vole. To bych se posral, vole.
Well, we can claim some measure of victory, although I have heard rumblings that the Imperial City is not the intellectual center it should be.
Kurva.
Quiet rumblings, of course. We are clearly the more proficient fighters. Please accept this token amount of silver for your service.
Myslel jsem, že jste, vole, jako lepší.
Yes, we were glad to have you, despite the half victory.
No a? Jdi do prdele, vole, já na to seru, vole. Tady nebudu píčo, vole, vymýšlet hovadiny, vole. Nějaký píčoviny, vole, tady mluvit, vole, s nějakým píčusem, vole, který se nekoupe, vole. To se taky pěkně můžu vysrat na to, vole. Tak, takže... debatní místo, tady to jenom projdem. Ježišmarja, vy jste kreténi. Tak, tady ale jdu. Filozof. Tady další filozof. Učenec. Hele, to si přečtu. Bla, bla, bla. Dobrý. Respektive to kvůli těm, že jo, kvůli... Jo, počkat, odsud jsem přišel. Tak ještě tamhle. Jestli tady třeba něco nebude. Tonkway. Učenec. Ale já si myslím, že tady na to kašlu. Jo, já musím v aréně vlastně tamto. Tady s tím asi mluvit nebudu, to nemá smysl. To jsem četl, co tady? Čbán, nechci. Ale s tímhle taky mluvit nebudu. Na to kašlu a tady už teda nic nevymyslím, takže... Heleme se, to jsem zapomněl. Jo, dobrý. Tak asi jdeme pryč, vole. Nebo respektive jdeme zpátky. Já potřebuji toho koželuha, ty vole, do píči. Hra se ukládá. Hele, vím, že to nebylo úplně asi to správný, ale... Mrdat, vole. Divadlo, ministerstvo. Ty vole, já nevím, jestli v té obchodní čtvrti. Tady vím, že... Nezbytných, potřebných k divadelní hře. Pódium. Já vím, že tady jsem něco řešil, nějakou hru, ale nevím, jestli jako to přijde pozdějiš, nebo... No, to je jedno. Tak, ale jdeme zpátky do obchodní čtvrti a zkusím, tam by měl být ten koželuch, ne? Jestli to jako správně si pamatuju. Kdo seš ty? Nebo co seš ty?
Oh dear, this won't do.
Co je?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You could help me!
Jak?
You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place.
No? Jak můžu pomoct?
Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play!
Jo, to je ono.
I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have... now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way. The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten. No! Well, yes, but not like this. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire.
Do prčic.
I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece. A like-minded island amidst a sea of dolts. Oh dear, that was a poor metaphor. The point stands, regardless. I'm certain the Lotus assassins would blame me for the satire. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part.
OK, tak jo.
I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the, original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines.
Cože?
Of course, all the roles are played by men, or at least women with the decency to pose as men playing women. It can get complex sorting it all out.
Ty vole, to je hovadina.
Oh, they will. It's a role practically suited to one of your stature. It'll come to you as easily as pleasant scents on a spring wind.
Tak si jdem zahrát divadlo, no.
Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Oh. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it.
Moment.
Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script.
Jasný.
Now, good. No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it.
Původní scénář. Takhle. Tyva, kde to najdu, ale do prdele. To prčic. Já to tady nenajdu. Filtr, tady úkolové předměty. Tak. Větrná mapa. Tady, původní scénář. Původní scénář, to je jakožto 14 květin této verzi hry. V této verzi hry tvá postava vysvětluje, že konec expanze nastal, protože mobilitě naslouchal vůli nebes. Téma nebes promluvajících císaři je použito alespoň dvakrát a obsahuje harmonicky přijímanou pravdu, že severní hranice byly označeny padající hvězdou. Někdy poblíž jeviště budeš pravděpodobně místo, kde si budeš moci svou roli prostudovat detailněji. Jo, tak to je... Tak to musím přečíst, tam to chápu. Ne, nechápu. Kde je ten Fong, vole? Ty velký pagody. Ty kráso, tak to... Takže tady ty vole máš fakt jako zvolit prostě něco, co... Tady to je. Ne!
Excuse me. You're in my way and I'm trying to keep an eye out
Drž
for our
hubu!
replacement actor. You? You're the replacement?
Kurva.
Well, why aren't you in costume? If you're going to be playing Lady 14 Flowers, you'll need your
Drž,
dress.
já se jdu připravit
There's
ještě.
no time for you to run back and get yours. I'm sure we can find one to fit in the back, though most of our performers are less broad.
Kurva, ale já si potřebuji přečíst.
Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here? Damn your guild's myopic planning. Luckily for you, I expect the worst from them and pulled a copy from the back. Here, take it.
Kdo mi řekl, ty vole, že to?
The script's recently been revised, so even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage. Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are.
No, tak to je v prdeli, vole.
I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing. Just like normal. Understand?
Jo.
Just get at least half the lines correct and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes.
Ale...
Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage.
Ty vole, bych si měl zapsat. Upravený scénář. No, tady to jsem si chtěl přečíst. Tak, díky stolku můžeš položit oba scénáře vedle sebe porovnat. Zdá se, že v tomto výstupu říkáš pouze několik vět, reakce na slova jiných herců. Jej přehrává jistý památný okamžik z doby vzniku nefritovat císařství, musí zapamatovat pouze 6 vět a ve scénáři jsou poznámky pro herce, díky nimž by mělo být snadné si správně znění zapamatovat. Takže přečíst první polovina, obsahující první 3 ze tvých 6 vět. První věta. Tvá první věta je v obou verzích stejná. Moment, já to fakt potřebuji napsat, protože ty vás to v životě nezapamatuju 6 vět, ty píčo. Jestli budou nějaký, vole, ještě vyumělkovaný, ty vole, jak to herci dělají, nebo jak to ty spisovatelé a tyhle ty, no, jak se jmenují, pošuci, ty, co dělají scénáře, vole, scénáristi a tyhle ty, vole, jak to dělají. Tak, OK, takže jdem na to. V obou je to jednoduchá odpověď na otázku o barvě praporců. Říkáš mi, že vlají bílé praporce. Takže bílé praporce. Tak, super. Tak, druhá věta. Zdá se, že druhá věta patří mezi ty, které se v obou verzích scénáře liší. Je zde ve 2 verzích. Odpovídáš na otázku ohledně denní doby. V scénáři pronikavého chóru mluvíš o tom, že za soumraku nebesa seslala poselství a že rychle přichází noc. Ty vole, to bych si v životě nezapamatoval, vole. Za soumraku poselství. Za soumraku poselství a rychle přichází noc. V upravené verzi je ovšem poledne a ty máš mluvit o květinových strážcích, což je zevraná narážka na lotosové vrahy. No, takže přichází noc. Tak, hele, necháme to teda tu první a třetí věty. Je v obou verzích scénáře stejná. Odpovídáš otázku týkající se místa. Herce spočívá v tom, že určité rozhodnutí bylo učiněno na okraji velké planiny. Takže velká planina. Tak, OK, druhá polovina. Jsem na druhou stranu obsahující druhou polovinu z 6. Takže čtvrtou. Tato věta má 2 verze, pozměněna pro účely představení hraných ve městě. Od pronikavého choru opět využívá tématu nebes oslovujícího císaře. Těna a tvá postava poznamená, že se roční doba mění místo od místa. Takže roční doba se mění místo od místa. A co je v tamtom? V upravené verzi poznamená, že vřelost může ukrýt ledové srdce. Tuto poznámku lze vložit jako špatně skrývanou kritiku císaře. Tak, pátou větu. V obou verzích stejná a poznámku uvádí, že odpovídáš na otázku, ke komu se císař obrátil. V scénáři se obrátil k nebesům. Takže 5 nebesa a 6. věta. Zdá se, že 6. věta je v obou verzích stejná. Tvá postava pronáší poznámku o tom, jak padající hvězda vyznačuje na nebesích hranici. Padající hvězda. OK. Tak, padající hvězda. Takže 6. Ale padající hvězda. Hranice. Tak, jedem, vypadni od stolku. Tak, jo, asi jo. Myslím si, že by to šlo. Tak. Zkusíme to bez toho. Tak, jsem připravený, kámo.
Have you read the script?
Yes.
Do you feel warm
Yes.
flowers yet?
Jo, asi jo, jsem připraven.
That's the
Tak,
spirit.
bílý praporce, teď bez toho aniž bych koukal, já vím, že mi nemusíte věřit. Bílý praporce, pak tam jsou nějaký nebesa, přichází noc, pak tam je...
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
Ty vole, nevím, co to třetí.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us.
A jedno, mám to napsaný. Když tak se podívám do scénáře.
And our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves, and lo, to the west he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the Horse Lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers.
Co?
We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today?
Bílý.
Peace in
To
the
mám být
north?
já, vole.
Could this be? Have all the Horse Lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached?
Kurva, v noci. Bylo učiněno, nebo je k němu navedla nebesa, soumrak právě předával vládu noci. Tady to ne. Císař byl nejlépe, se mu přemýšlí, když je v soukromí. Ale... Tienová rozhodnutí... Mně totiž nefunguje ten. Jo, takhle, aha. Tienová rozhodnutí padlo u oběda. Květinoví strážci by nic jiného nepovolili, o něčem takovém rozhodnutím za hluboké noci, takže budu muset dát, když, ať tak nebo tak, soumrak předával vládu noci.
You phrase that most interestingly, Lady 14 Flowers. Why do I sense there is more to this story?
Zkusíme to.
But surely the might of the Jade Empire is unquestionable, and our will to victory unswayed. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north?
Byl uprostřed hlubokého lesa. Císař meditační zahrádce stál na okraji rozlehlých plání. Stál poblíž velké řeky a před horským hřebenem. Rozlehlý pláně, ne? Velká planina. Už asi tady, vole, jako rozlehlý pláně.
Surely you mean the far edge. The Horse Lord camps broken behind.
Ty vole, tam nebylo...
There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago?
Květinový strážci možná však teplo jara může země na severu. Ne, to vše se... Cože? Nebesa dosáhnou daleko. Jo, tak to je tady to vlastně, že jo? Počasí není všude stejné.
My lady, I sense that there is more to your story than I have gleaned. Perhaps my own perceptions blind me. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great emperor turned to?
K nebesům. Obrátil se k samotným nebesům, jasný.
The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles?
Už je nasranej.
What word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady?
To ukázal příliš silný, upřímně řečeno, už trochu nudilo, již nebylo plápalající plameny padajících hvězd a vyznačila hranici.
A celestial event, most auspicious. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the horse lords and stretch the empire to the ends of the earth, but we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
Nevím.
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. Oh, the informant will suffer for a lifetime.
Kurva. Nevím, jestli...
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. The crowd loved it. Fantastic performance. You managed to hit every line perfectly.
You continue to surprise me. I wouldn't have thought you the aspiring actor.
Our sponsor may not be happy with the version you read, but I've always preferred the old version of the play anyway. I guess Incisive Chorus put you up to this, because I know I gave you the new script to study. Good for him. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy.
Díky.
I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 Flowers on hand. Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure.
No, možná jsem měl
The
přečíst.
performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things I must attend to.
Jo, to já taky, kámo. Spoustu věcí, ty vole, musím najít koželva. Ztrácíš, dobrý, tak, 1000, ty vole, 1000, jo, tak to je paráda. Moment. Takže, debatu, herectví, ty vole, dnešní epizoda zase bez toho. Zase, vole, plná. Takže, hraní, vrať se, jo, tak jdeme stejně zpátky. Uměte. Tak. Ten je někde tady. A pak nevím. Jestli asi to ukončíme už pro dneš. Kde seš ty jo, tady seš ty, vole.
Had your, moment, did you?
Co?
I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is very kind to do that. I heard how it went.
No, super.
Fantastic! The scholars loved it. One's already asked for a copy of the manuscript. I'm sure there will be more. Perhaps as many as 3. Here, I promised you this, and you should have it. Yes, that's it. Enjoy, and thank you so much.
Super.
Oh, so much to do. So many, copies to make. Yes! Ha!
Tak, paráda. 15 ještě úroveň, super. Tak moment, ale já jsem chtěl toho koželuha najít do prčic. Brána do obchodní čtvrti, ty vás jsem nebyl ještě v té škole císařství. Tak, ale tady někde by to mělo být. Co seš ty? Měšťanka, koželuch. Potřebuji, ty vole, stihnu to, mám 5 minut. Moment. Takže za prvý, jo, asi to dáme, hele, úroveň 14, schopností. Tady dáme 2 takhle, vole, hotovo. OK, ty 17 bodů. Půl démonů, 10, to asi takhle, zpátky, OK, a tohle zatím necháme. Tak, promluv si s nechci, popravčí, vyhledej náborčího popravčích, koželuhové. Vrať staršího, jo, takhle. Císařská arena, jo, dobrý, tak ale to nic, ale já jsem chtěl mapu, ty vole, do prdele. Tady je brány do císařského města, náměstí obchodníků, takže tudy potřebuji jít. Aspoň teda myslím. Nebo, což to ty? No, tak to seš ty, kámo.
Jo,
tak to ještě vyřídíme. OK. To seš ty? Počkej, ty vole.
Sair Yagoak, Coconato Siri Panonenico. Wotovir Ukawana ir Usoana da Hoki. Niato Nonapadi Irovir.
Can't you tell?
O no you will akits osa Iroko Shusi. Okie fakarea, ni ukoristruipa.
Kruci.
Ikirniktine piru, uiferek uksun puno. Niato nanapadi irovir. Kuni uknawata ir. Wo anania ifewir uksonaruk noka uksnapir. Kunir fuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Tasir sir tintu. Funir wowosi ye wo tahufu. Ikirnik tine piru. Wo iferek uksun puno.
Wo apaweer sun urk vonir uk. Uksier sa fit kup wo sarkir. Usosier uthak tarweir. Shathir owosu.
Niato nanapadi irovir. Kuni uknawata ir.
Ak nukwair tu ak ifruir nuka pifu taftuir kwair fnurt.
Okie fakarea, ni ukoristruipa.
Takže hej, je nuki sakru i cita pakaruka.
Koni akanatir ud kwair washun. Ok yowir rufir ni sair shenefushpa. Sair renkipa, sair thinopi wuwuth u sair wansan.
No tak to zapomeň, kámo.
Ak wiwo ofir, san kasowir wowo siyutana.
Ukirwir, no fantayana ukona ni pinatowa. Niato nanapadi irovir. Kuni uknawata ir.
Wo apaweer sun urk vonir uk. Uksier sa fit kup wo sarkir.
Kwa arir. Kiir ionibu sahir branti.
Počkat. Radši vás oba zabiju. Ty vole, nevím.
Onu you will rapir. Sakwanu yawunir.
Ty vole, jenom tak jako plup, řekneš jednu větu a on se hned tyva takhle pokorně změní názor, vole.
You should respect your elders in all things.
Kwa arir, kiir ionibu sahir branti. Irkana, wo nikasurir kwana no kasair iruru.
Onu you will napair wo kwair shapshir fan onu you sair ikupan.
Vole, ty vole. Jako kdo by prostě, já nevím, ale jestli jako někdo si řekne, tak to uděláme takhle.
Onu yusair, akanto kithir.
Taui ir koana ir sonir ipoki.
Wo kauso ir noka wowo tarwail shaksiro finopifu.
Díky.
Ir kana. Wo nikasuri ir kwana noka sa ir iruru.
Super, a já bych teda měl jít ještě do toho, nebo ne? Za tím zašenem. Počkat. Zkusíme ještě zašenem v rychlosti. Jestli... Je, počkat, ne, kde to je, ty vole? Je to tady, ne? Jo, je to tady. Tady zkusíme zašenem. A pozor, jestli teda jako ještě něco řekne. A po případě, nebo pokud ne, tak si myslím, že s ním máme všechno vyřešený, nebo respektive tady v nekropoli máme všechno vyřešený. Takže paráda. Ale jak říkám, nevím, jestli to ještě bude, jestli tady jako ještě něco řekne.
The grave digging business. What do you need? Of course he was dead. The family wouldn't exactly have given me a live man to bury, now would they? That would be unprofessional. Can't have stuff like that getting around. You, dealt
jo,
with
jasný,
the problem,
vyřešil jsem to.
Well, that's good, I guess. As long as I'm not giving any refunds, of course.
Dobrý, a nekropole je teda
Here's what I promised you. Business has been more lively lately with you around. A little gravedigger humor there, see? Lively? I'm good.
OK, tak jo.
Drop by anytime. If I ever see a spirit that needs to be put back down again, I'll seek you out.
Dobrá, ale to... Počkat.
Well, you know, a few things here and there that they just sort of fall into my hands. They don't need them anymore, eh?
Tak, konec, ale co ještě teda?
The great... What?
Aha.
Eh? What is it you want to know?
No nic.
Well, you know where to find.
Když budu potřebovat informace, respektive já bych to mohl uložit tady. A na začátku příští epizody ještě s tím hrobařem pokecat. Takže uložit. Abych jako zjistil nějaký další informace, jestli třeba něco, ale myslím si, že můžeme považovat tu nekropoli za uzavřenou. Tak jo. Tak, to bude teda pro dnešek všechno, nebo pro tuhle epizodu všechno. Díky moc, mějte se a u příští epizody Servus. A nezapomeň, jsi můj nejlepší fanoušek.